U.S. History of American Stories Beginnings to World War One. California National Graphics. U.S. History of American Stories Beginnings to World War One. American Stories on the cover. Johnny Fry and the Pony Express. It's not exactly clear who wrote the first leg of the Pony Express route, but many historians believe it was Johnny Fry, pictured in the 1860s photograph. On the evening of April 3, 1860, Fry left on horseback from St. Joseph, Missouri, with a leather pouch filled with letters, telegrams, and newspapers. He rode to a ferry which carried him across the Mississippi River to Elwood, Kansas. From there, Fry and his horse traveled nearly 70 miles to Sanchez. It's pretty dark. Hold on, sorry. To Skagit, Kansas, where their leg of the route ended and new Pony Express riders routes began. For more information on the Pony Express, read the American Story Online, Country 14. And here's all of these. Useless. Fine, who did the acknowledgement? Grateful acknowledgement is given to the authors, artists, photographs, music, publishers, and agencies for permission to reprint copy material. Every effort has been made to secure the permission. If any evidence has been made, corrections are required, please declare the publisher. Credits: Ram, cover, Mark Summers, National Graphics Learnings. All the credits continue on page 113. That's it. For this page, pretty near. I think it's 2018. Right. National Graphics. Senior casters, Fred and Heron, Peggy Alpha Off, and Fergus Fishers. And they all did us. What's your answer? Program counselors, Terrence Clark, Ken Clark, Garrett Clear, William Parkinson, Robin Reed, and Anderson Reyes, National Graphics teacher reviewers, Reese Brown, Kerry Davis, Tabitha Deerfield, Natalie Wodrovitz, Crystal Club, Jessica Lahr, and Anne Burgess. They're all different areas. There's two of them. National Graphics The National Graphics Society continues to establish the National Graphics as it making stories. Our creation with each of the following has the pleasure and privilege: National Graphic Maps, National Graphics Education and Children's Media, National Graphics Mission Program. We thank the Society for its guidance and support. National Graphics Exhibition. National Graphics explores the work of a host of anthropologists, artists, adventurers, biologists, educators, educationals, and writers, educationals, and writers, and photographs around the world. Well, which of those below each contribute to the United States American stories of ethics and biologists and educationals? What is called? Okay. Hold on. Why study U.S. history? National Graphic Society using one early encounters. And these are units The recent captures on all these. So that's it. Only two? Wow. There's more than two. You remember there used to be more than one of these. Oh no, never mind. Navigator features, maps. Oh, these are all the maps. Gonna go slowly, and this is how the United States changed. The Western expansion. Alright. This is the U.S. History American Story. California. History, Social Studies, Science, Content, Standards, and Analysis Society. Grade 7 and 8, Content Standards. Grade 6 to 8, History is Social Science, Analysis Skills. And these are all the 7th grade Content Standards. Go slow for you. And then these are all the 8th grade Content Standards. Wait, they don't have 6th grade? What? Wait, they don't have 6th grade? Hold on. They do not have 6th grade, okay? They have grade 6, 7, I did not. Okay, here it is. This is the history and science. These are all for, okay. These are for grade 6 to 8. All of these are for grade 6 to 8. Why study U.S. history? Fancy long. I'm Fred Herbert, National Geographic Astronomy and Radiation. Like you, I live in the U.S. My work takes me all over the world. That gives me a chance to view the U.S. from a ground-globe perspective. Wait, so why do you mean on the older books? Well, you know what I mean. I think along what it means to be American. History of the U.S. is a chronicle of different regions that today are pulled together on a culture basis. In early years, our identity as a nation was still defined on a military or potential political basis, and we're still struggling with those differences. As we look back in U.S. history, we consider the role of Dutch justice and American values, giving people an opportunity to make a life for themselves and to move between these regions. One of these freedoms, one of our freedoms, is the ability to move across the country and experience different ideas about what it means to be American. History Notebook. Find why studying U.S. history in your history notebook. The question and activities will help you begin to find meaning in what you're reading. Use notebook to record your ideas and questions as you read. And this is a picture of George Washington. Alright? Hold up, I made a mistake. Again. Hold up. Did I make a mistake? Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, let's repeat it again. I did it wrong. Oh, sorry. This is electronic version. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. They caught me. Hold up. These are scissors. Still programmers. Hold up. Hold up. They made mistakes. Oh yeah, I made mistakes. So this is unit 2, agent settlements. Settlements. And all these. And then unit 3. Unit 3 still. Unit 4. Unit 4. Unit 5. Unit 5 still. Oh shoot. Unit 6. No, hold on. I made a mistake. Alright. Still Unit 5. Unit 6. Unit 6 still. Unit 7. And Unit 7. The last capture. And these are all the maps. Hold on. I made somewhat of a mistake. Oh, these are more maps. I forgot about this. I forgot we had these. Okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. Oh, look. Look at this. See? I knew I missed something weird. Oh, oh, picture of Thomas Jefferson. Oh, sure. Hold on. Mississippi River. See, I found it. And he said, okay, you ever seen this before? So technically, you're gonna see it. Some more rush than you. Oh, come on, finish. What? Oh, shoot, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Hold on, I actually made a mistake. No, I made a mistake. You did not. Hold on. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Bro, come on, leave. Leave, bro. I'm trying to bug. Bro, Ashley, leave. Oh, shoot. It gave me a leave. Oh, shoot. It actually posted me. Oh, I have to tell her. So, oh, did you see? Hold on. I have to do it again because there's just a bug trying to tag me. So, yeah. It's spider. Why don't leave? Why can't I leave? Oh, bro. Dude, stop trying to tag me. Okay, bro. I want my viewership in that down. I'm losing. Bro, please. Why did they finally leave me? Oh. And a blue piece of paper. Just useless. And what's our U.S. history? I'm Fred Herbert, Natural Graphics, Washington Richardson. I grew up living at U.S., but my work takes place all over the world and gives me no chance to prove the U.S. from a lower perspective. I think a lot of what it means to be American. The history of the U.S. is a chronicle of different regions that together are pulled together in a cultural basis. Earlier, the the nation was still defined on a military or basis. It still showing both differences. As we look about U.S. history, we consider the world justice and American values and giving people an opportunity to make a life for themselves, to move. Bro, why did flies leave me alone? To move between these regions, one of these freedoms is the ability to move across the country and experience different ideas about what it means to be American. History notebook, find what when I studied U.S. history, your history notebook, the questions activities will help you begin to find the meaning in what you're reading. Use a notebook to record your ideas and questions that you read, bro. Why can't flies, bro? Oh, you want? I'm done. No. Bro, come on. They repeated me. Why are you telling me again? Oh, sorry. It's just I know someone heard that. Oh, okay. No, I'm done with this. Now I'm done. Oh, forgot about this. What makes you is so special? It's like special. What makes the history? What makes the history of the U.S. special? Personal freedom, power justice for all, an open society. Woo! Oh, okay, nah, I'm leaving. I can't be outside. U.S. history is a background of world history. Think of it as a mini world history. It includes the history of our natural resources and how they were preserved or not. It involves the defense of our nation and the U.S. role in the world. U.S. history examines our collective identity as American citizens and people who call this country home. At a personal level, and on a personal level, U.S. history explores how our identity has been shaped by critical events from the past and key woman and men who brought them about. Key. What? I don't care. So the other people. Has anyone said to you? Has anyone ever said to you, "Who are you?" What did a person mean by asking that? How how did you respond? And how does that question relate to U.S. history? How was supposed to relate to U.S. history? You. It's a question, not support. It's not really U.S. history. Or what? They talk. Or who are you? Am I bad? The Great Depression? That's probably how it works. Okay. Our first actual page. Oh come on. National Graphics Framework for U.S. history. The well, framework can help you use the text to explore discussion and start a dialogue with your classmates about the history and culture of the U.S. Your American Stories textbook divides history into zero calories. Use 1 to 2 and 2 core populations. The U.S. is made of indigenous people as well as people from other lands, earth traditions, and other oh my gosh, and other cultures, including North Asian, Scandinavian, Spanish, English, French, and African. Use 3 for 5 units are primary development of the American Republic. Oh my god! The early American Republic unifies as a new nation and it begins to develop an national identity. Americans act on the spirit of boundless possibility as they push westward and stretch national borders. Union 67 the longest. The young country endorses deep political and political divisions that result in the Civil War. Post-war changes lead to new freedom and for formerly enslaved people and made Americans more mobile than ever before. The building of the Panama Canal brings economic assignment, but optimism is overshadowed by political uncertainty in Europe and the ways conflict and war might affect the U.S. history. Hold on. Alright. This here, framework, watch the Why Study U.S. History video. Where's the video? There's no QR code. So do I search it up? So do that, exactly that. And there you go, see? Many people view the U.S. capability as a tangible. Hold on, I forgot something. Or no, it did not. It's CLT, that's it. Fred Heard, watch the Why Study U.S. History video. Alright. Many people view the U.S. Capitol building as a tangible symbol of American democracy. It is home to the U.S. Congress, the legislative branch of the federal government. Originally built in 1800, the Capitol sits at the eastern end of the National Mall in Washington, D.C. The fact is, your life today is a result of events and ideas that make up the history of the U.S. We study history to learn how we became who we are at this place and at this time. Someone from 2019 could use this book and just overshadow other people. All of that. They can do that. I don't care. We study history to learn. Okay, sorry. Which helps. Oh, sorry. I was reading. We study history to learn how we become who we are in this place and at this time, which helps us actually answer the question for ourselves. History really can tell you something about yourself and your identity. Think about ways in which you're unique. What factors affect your personal identification? Your home, your family, your community, your country, community, your country. How can you shape who you are and who you want to be? You make decisions, but no, do not use that answer. Please do not use that answer. That's what I think. Not please don't use that answer. And this is the Panama Canal. Wow. Okay, that's cool. All right. Why study U.S. history? To explore what it means to be American. U.S. history is full of stories, obviously. Some of the stories may seem a little little slow movie, but ours could be more exciting. You live in the U.S., and whatever you're a citizen or not, those stories belong to you and to all of us. You have your own story to tell. Use Fred Hurley's personal story below as a model for capturing your own story or life in this country. Fred's American story. My great grandparents. Ow. What's a bug again? Come on. You want to know this? My great grandparents were invited to a homestead in the Great Plains region of Kansas and made a new strain of wheat that's planted in the fall. Even last wind, no water of corn. Even though that is when they start to die and harvest in the spring. But they die in the fall. Why do you say, oh, wheat? Oh, those. Oh, I don't know what you mean. Is it protected? Not sure. This type of wheat revolted farming in this country. Both my mom and dad's both my mom's and dad's families came from the same Kansas community. That's cool. It's a generation. Too. Their way of life was disrupted by the Great Depression of 1929. A financial low point in American history during which many farmers found themselves greatly in debt. And this is Fred's grandmother. Helen Herbert is shown here on her father's farm about 1912, bringing lunch to harvests. Wow, that's what it used to look like. Well, that's it. This post this post stampage shown here on its first day issues 1934 celebrates the centennial of the introduction of winter wheat to the Great Plains, where it became an important commercial crop. Winter wheat usually uh, produces higher crop yields than other types of wheat. This intersection between the lives of individual Americans like Fred Hurley's grandparents and the development of the U.S. into a major economic force still happening today in large and small ways across the country. And these are post-tax sandwiches. That's cool though. Look at that. My parents' families live in the Dust Bowl. The area within the Great Plains of the Midwest, where extended droughts and soil erosion sometimes made farming impossible. That forced my dad to move to Nebraska and later to California. My my mom's family stayed in Kansas, and my parents met at local college before World War II. During the war, my dad got interested in healthcare, and like his brothers and sisters, went to college. Eventually, until the city like from Bakersfield, California, to Dodger, Illinois. I was born in Washington D.C. My dad was interested in the hospital, and I grew up in Michigan. For the last 18 years, my hometown has been in Havertosh, Pennsylvania, close to Philadelphia. I'm connected by the train service to New York and Washington D.C., where office the National Graphic Society is located. Today, from my subject of the hometown, I lead to the world for internet, telephone, and closed airport, making me a global citizen. Before the United States, as you read your own story about life in the U.S. Reported to share our experience to be a good and the listeners showing respect and tolerance to his for storytellers. In your American history write a paragraph on what the term identity means to you. Think about how events you read about might connect to your own life and how these events can help change your community and country you live in today. If I think about how you might answer this question, what does it mean to be American? It means you have rights. Please don't copy this. This is a book. All right. The Story of a Continent by Dr. William Parkinson. National Graphics. Wait, hold up. Can't you wait? Hold up. Hold up. The Story of a Continent by Dr. William Parkinson. National Graphics Explorer. National Cruise Proportion. Bill Museum of Natural History. And this is a map of America. Earth short about 4.5 billion years ago. It first time appeared or about 3.8 billion years ago. And this is 100 million years ago. Million years. Timeline? Close your eye for a minute. Try to imagine the US without any of its familiar champions in the 21st century line. No smartphones, hoverboards, tablets. What are hoverboards? Don't tell me topics, please, about hoverboards. Or tablets. No iTunes, YouTube, or video games. Oh. Imagine moving from place to place without paved roads to follow. In fact, with no roads at all, and no wheeled vehicles, or even horses to carry you. Instead of strip malls, fast food chains, and larger streetlights, there are lush dark forests. Pristine rivers and streams, and occupied an animal's life as far as your eye can see. The deep end, ready for adventure. Travel back to alien history in North America for the beginnings of celebrations. You refer back to the time when the Massachusetts saber-toothed cats and giant ground songs about roamed the line in North America. It was a time when I repeat this game for the first recording. I literally forgot to record. So I'm repeat this again. That's why I'm doing it fast. Okay? It was a time when your old species hosted evolved and spread throughout the world. This is the moment when the play with the main countries rise in North America, continent with country much larger than your feet. Charles, that's the last name. North American Charles Dramatic. Features towering mountains, vast desert, sunny beaches, and rolling hills. The landscape of European like French color, the continent of the world just a few hundred years ago was prophetic for the world. The earliest human experience when they first came to North America. So, but way back in time, the first modern humans spread in North America at the end of the period called Euro conflict at the Pleistocene Epoch era. Epoch. The epoch. The present the present the present on the Pleistocene lasted over 2 million years. During this period, the climate across North America was completely different from the climate and ecology for today. It includes two-sized animals and plants that don't longer exist during the Pleistocene era. Epoch. Modern humans across the world honored their skills in hunting, created early artwork, developed fire, and figured use language. Many people think the climate is always cold. In fact, dramatic figures over time really percent. Some point climate periods was about the same as today. During glacial periods or ice ages, when glaciers expanded across the Earth's surface, the global average animal temperature was significantly colder. There were more than 20 cycles of glacial periods during the Pleistocene epoch. The move of ice and water during the cycles changed the landscape and shorelines of the continent drastically, especially around the edges of the Arctic Circle, present-day Europe, Asia, and North America. And this is the presentation of about 2.6 million to 1,700 years ago. And humans around about 2,000 years ago, and modern humans around about same of development about same 1,000 years ago. And North America is just for Pangea about 200 million years ago. The Euro, Asia, and Africa, modern humans evolved from 7,000 years 2,500 years ago. Long before the divide of North America, by the end of the period, about 12,000 years ago, the only surviving Homo species were modern humans. Scientists love debates and one of the biggest debates in archaeological centers around the arrival of the earliest modern humans in North America. We know when the Pleistocene ended. There were modern human societies living throughout the continent. The debate revolves around the pinpointing when during the Pleistocene, the first people migrated Americans, the, wherever the Americans, wherever they came by boat or walk, because people have walked from Europe to Asia, to the Americas, is with the continents were separated by ocean. During the Pleistocene, there were glacial periods when ice covered the continents, the oceans contained less water, and the coastlines of the continents were much larger. The large major glacier period, 20,000 years ago, actually covered northern United Mills. North America was heavily connected by the Asia, the large stretch of land between modern-day Alaska and Siberia. That's a census called the Bridge of Land Bridge. About 11,000 years ago, the land bridge spread as the ice melt. The ocean filled with the water, and the coastline receded. The big line of the yesterday visited because Masterton skull, but more than 60% of the skeleton toward 2016. Masters are still reminiscent of the elephant. That's how big the man is. That's how big the elephant is. That's Master. Master's like an elephant? I didn't know that. Nor is animal. So 12,000 years ago, we had the Holocene approach, which we are still today. Wow, we're still in the era today. What how it feels to me in this era. Many animals who lived the Pleistocene era, the Pleistocene were made extinct on the beginning of the Holocene. This included eight species of large animals, the Megaron, such as mantis, mastros, and saber-tooth cats, along with other uh, older the animals like giant sloths, giant beavers, and American lions, horses also live in North America. But until the end, no, the Pleistocene, horses were then introduced by Europeans 300 years later. 30 years ago, it's a critical aspect of Native American culture, especially in the Great Plains. This is an incredible environment the earliest humans encountered when they first arrived in North America at the end of the Pleistocene. The Great Plains. So recently, scientists believe that aliens people hunted down to find the human Americans just before the land bridge disappeared. They specialize in hunting large hurt animals and migrating back and forth and for the cross the country. Because the COVID culture made the kind of slow too up. Cold part that at the time people made at the time. During growing evidence other groups may have reached the Americans before the coldest culture. Scientists Chile and Pennsylvania suggest that there was pre-COVID culture in North America. Some scientists even speculate that people may have arrived by boats earlier the Pleistocene perhaps from Europe rather than Asia. By the end of the Pleistocene, the climate began to stabilize and modern humans spread throughout the Americas. They are specialized mobile hunters and gatherers with the complexes elsewhere in the world. They use the same technology the compass points to hunt. These points have been found throughout North America. Similar ones have appeared as far south as Venezuela. 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 People began to settle in different regions of the North American continent. These regions can be distinguished according to specialized stone tools that were made and used during the Holocene. And the new color points. And the no color points that are 55 to 57. And the ones that are green, the light green, they uses it, but not below 7 The white one is like the one 12 years ago. And the ice 50,000 years ago is blue. Mean the ice used to be way bigger back then. And the core point is this. Carbon dated a point that this one above indicates the core they did it to around 11,500 years ago. At times, it, archaeologists called it the Paleolithic period, examining the punctuation signal and to see where points have been found. Okay. Wow, that man. They're all the U.S. though. That's actually weird. Curveballs. So these are different kind of coins. Is that a coin? It's definitely a coin. Cause it makes it look like a coin. Alright, that's a TLC. That's barnacle. They're way different from each other. Cornwall. Corn wild answered in the grass got called the TLC. It doesn't look like corn, but it's very similar genetic makeup. After corn was introduced to North America 10,000 years ago, spread from Mexico into the American Southwest across the continent. Early farmers learned how to grow types of corn with qualities they value, such as resistance to pests and the ability to grow different types of soil. That led to a great diversity of species. Alright, Mexico City. Start for August 15th. Mexico? Mexico City finals at BC. Samples from archaeological sites in Oklahoma, Texas, Mexico are believed to be sent in the earliest. Samples from archaeological sites in Oklahoma, Texas, and Mexico are believed to represent the early examples of farm corn on the North American continent, including Tennessee and later more domestic variants. Greater Southwest Sea 1000 BC. Corn cobs and kernels found in bat cave in New Mexico were carbon dated to around 1000 BC and characteristics similar to older corn remnants found in Mexico. East Coast Tea 100 BC. Corn probably first grown in the area that's now the eastern U.S. around 100 BC, but people in the region have been domestically or across like bees, ground, and sunflowers for thousands of years. What nutrients maize quickly spread across agricultural communities. Oh, hold up! I forgot something. The spray color. On the outline of the map above. What do you observe about the movement of corn? What? What do you observe about the movement of corn across the North American continent? For central the agricultural revolution. For several thousand years during the Holocene, people continued to live in small groups and move frequently throughout the year. Everything changed for some groups in hundreds and average because started to experiment planting all crops. Just relying heavy rotten plants and country animals to pass crops raising animals caused the agricultural revolution. Passing the breeding plants and animals under human control is called domestics. Almost all the foods we eat today are domesticated in the wild. This means all that it modified from the wild forms. The wild forms are some extent relying upon human for instance. Corn, for example, is the domestic form of a plant called Tennessee. And cows are the domestic form of a wild herd animal called oryx. Baskets had a dramatic impact on society. Once people settled on downs, became reliant upon domestic plants and animals, human life transformed. Oh, days. Out of all the plans domestic North America 1,000 years ago, the real game changer was corn. The hundred gatherers who began experimenting with the Mexicans and corn had no idea of this impact the little experiment would have on the world in the years to come. Corn is now grown almost everywhere in the world. It's tied to almost everything in Mexico. It even used to make toothpaste gasoline. Was you telling me they use corn to make toothpaste and gasoline? I didn't know that, but that would do. This is the biggest impact corn had in North America was the unparalleled ability to read a large population. To settle that. The why for corn to be adopted and widely used in North America, in Eastern North America, for example, it wasn't a major part of the human diet until about 1,000 years ago. Growing crops like corn and remain in one location allows social groups to grow larger, develop more common political systems. Some places, these groups build massive cities and had such a trade networks that moved goods across the continent. One of these cities was located in present-day Illinois along the Mississippi River, the boundary of St. Louis, Missouri. Found around 880, communism would come to a large community achieved that by 1,250 AD. Constantine is a thriving economy, it's a thriving community, this large city, is controlled a massive large geographic area, the confluence of the three rivers, the Mississippi, the Missouri, Illinois, and Mississippi River. At the time, may have probably 50,000 people. It's considered the most self-sufficient prehistoric civilization still a nation in northern Mexico. And this phase right here, this city 1250 BC, settled mass with the discovered is filtered in Illinois and provides evidence of migratory cultures around outside of country. The first song country was done well suited to growing crops, as well as people farmed more and hunted less. And archaeological evidence earned from the site is the people from culture ate well. The culture and other similar sites in the southeastern United States were heavily dependent on food corn, domestic corn crops like corn communities in other parts of North America were not. They continued to hunt and gather wild resources as a major part of their diets. Culture by student. Before the 1500s, Americans, Europe, and Africa have been isolated from one another. But as Americans began looking for beyond the shores, riches, and resources, Africa's Mayan empires wanted to show the strait. Both continents were in collision, of course, with the Americans, but the Europeans got there first. When the Europeans arrived in the New World, they experienced Malta, the rice culture, and landscape. So, from the heritage chiefdoms in Florida to more mobile, less heritage groups, the Great Basin, the cultures of North America made up the patchwork quilt of societies with different languages, economic practices, political systems, and traditions, and very intellectual. Traditions were settled around the California coastline, filtered around Canada like most made a rush. Like this one. Alright, this is bird-shaped tobacco pipe that, that was found in Canada, Pacific Northwest region of North America. And this is a car, the crew Nash fishing hook, Coffee Michelle. As you read, sorry, and this right here is believed to be 1,000 years ago. Uh, the Hilly Freers for the Fremont group in Utah were named for the rancher who discovered it in 1980. 1950. Like other groups, Southwest, the heritage of Stafford Arizona frequently painted birds on the island, such as the pond from which this shark came. If you read and study why U.S. history, everyone has a personal American story to tell. Those stories also reflect the diversity of the culture. Most the diversity is one of the best things about life in the U.S. It's not always easy to build concept if everyone aside everyone on the same page. But that's what gets decided. So what many opinions and persistent in our Dodge American Drive, we had the potential to develop and manually create solutions to 21st century issues. So raise the curtains and the incredibly rich and varied landscape, well equipped to sustain and nurture promise for the country of people and very people, the very rich people. That actually and the drama are just about to begin. Think about it. Why does the fact that these diverse cultures are spread to some for art suggest by early humans? What? And this is a picture of North America. California was fun. It's called Homo, so yeah. And this picture is shown on the other page. Alright, see, look, the green one right there. See, this is the other one. Alright, see. Right. In the warland culture, a bird stone, this one found in Jefferson Country, New York, was used probably weighs a throwing stick or ounces. This had been a Hopewell artist from the Ohio River Valley was cut from a type of soft rocket called Behinnings. These air spools, which were carved from shells and worn in large holes in earthworms, are earthen from an Oklahoma mound. Carved, carved from wood and bone, this visceral mass fuses a human face with their actions and dates to about 800 to 1580. The roots of more than 600 clone dwellings where the aged the person lived between 500 and C 1300 AD or BC can can be seen at Burst Very Natural Park in Colorado. Alright, we're done. Now we're Unit 1. Alright, we'll do somewhere like later on or tomorrow because can I read enough today? Submission of like, subscribe, and leave me any comments. See what went wrong. Okay?